I'm a huge fan of what's called mainstream rap. I'm a huge fan of pop music, maybe not 2022 pop music. And that's not old head like, oh, I hate it. It's just like I'm not as hip to it. But pop music in general of the 70s, 80s, 90s, early, I have a pop sensibilities in terms of what's going on in my head. My records may not reflect that at all. But people that underground people hate, like that's who I listen. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's Jay, Wayne, whether it's younger kids, whether it's some drill kids that are newer. Not that their stuff's catchy, but a lot of that stuff, to say it influences me would be unfair, but that's the type of stuff that I'm into, you know, and listen to. So when I listen to younger kids or the current underground and there's dudes, I'm like, yo, this kid's really nice and blah, blah, blah. I still am completely aware of how there's probably not much replay value for a casual fan of rap, you know what I mean? Or someone that says like, oh, I like underground and stuff like that. I mean, stuff that you and I came up on, a lot of that stuff was palatable. It wasn't challenging music to listen to. There's catchy KRS shit. There's BDP like classics. You throw on The Bridge Is Over, it's like that's as hard as it gets, but it's a classic. There's classic rap records that casual fans will know, you know. But I think you and I talk like, you know, at length over the years, not just recently, over the years of like, is there a happy medium where you don't have people saying like, oh, this is an attempt at being commercial? Because we know I've never done that. There's never like been some attempt at like a pop song, you know what I mean? But bringing melody into hard shit is just interesting to me. And I think 50 is the one, like I'll probably keep referencing him, but he somehow found that thing where I go like, this dude makes incredible records that I find to be catchy and will work with The Alchemist and will work with, he might, in my opinion, if you're talking about success of multi-platinum, diamond level rappers like that, he has the greatest ear for beats of all time, of any successful rapper. And then he brings melody to these hard beats and like it's almost its own genre. 50 shit is almost its own genre. That G-Unit shit, we're like, oh, this sounds like some G-Unit shit. When you'll hear me say that to you, I'll send you a beat and be like, this reminds me of some G-Unit shit, like when they were, you know, when they were at their prime, you know? I think it's almost its own, it's like, oh, bringing melody to hardcore shit. And again, that's not every song on this record. There is shit where it's just rhyming, you know?